It's Wednesday night. I'm Herman Phillip, and we are Opinionated. Remember, Opinionated is the only sports show where your opinion matters. And of course, you know, India was a fun place today. We saw Prime Minister Modi looking very disappointed and not being able to keep that trophy home. We saw the look of disdain on his face, and I felt it for the Australian players. Jumping into the football, what is going on with Maguire and Team England? It just doesn't make sense at this point. And of course, you know, Jamaica's still having a party celebrating that victory where they came from behind to beat Canada 3-2. Tonight's very special guest, Mr. Anthony Bergasse, race officer of the Mango Regatta, representing, of course, the St. Lucia Yachting Association.
St. Lucia Yacht Club and the Yachting Association, yes. The regatta is run by the Yacht Club under the auspices of the Yachting Association.
Anthony, what is a Mango Bowl Regatta? What is that, for those who don't know?
Well, the Mango Bowl is just to put a local name to a yachting regatta. And the name came about when the regatta was created some 11 years ago by about four guys who got together. One of the prime movers was a gentleman called Adam Foster, who was here with IG, was the general manager of IGY Marina, and he said, you know, there needs to be something to get more sailing and more yachts, people who are here involved. So he got together with Frank Chevrier, who is, what is it called, Carrie Cuisine, and the late Maurice Moffat, and one other guy, what's his name, Edgar Rowe, an Australian guy who was here and was keen in sailing. And they really got together and organized the first Mango Bowl back in 2011. It was small. But it grew slowly as the years went by, and it obviously was interrupted by COVID, and we're in a bit of a rebuilding of the Mango Bowl Regatta as we speak.
2011 is when it started. Is that correct?
2011.
And when you look at it from being one of the original guys in the think tank, and you look at it now, how has it evolved from that point to now?
It grew. We had participation from Barbados, from Grenada, from St. Vincent. We had some Trinidad teams in. Predominantly over the years, though, it has always been the French from Martinique. Obviously, they're the closest point to Rodney Bay, and they have a large sailing community. So we've been fortunate that they have really always supported the Mango Bowl over the years.
What makes a good regatta?
Competition, good, clean, competitive sailing, and camaraderie. I mean, you make friends like any other sport. You know, if you come out of there and there's been no animosity, no fighting, in case of sailing, no collisions and protests and stuff like that, then, you know, you've had fun and you've had good competition, you come away feeling good.
So on that note, what makes the Mango Bowl Regatta different and special that you'd want to pencil it into your calendar?
It really is a one design regatta. So what I mean by that, the boats that predominantly sail in the Mango Bowl are J24, which is a one design, so all of them are the same, and the Surprise, which again, they are all very much the same, but very close in spec and speed to the J24. So you're not dealing with having to go through complicated measurements and handicap boats and that kind of stuff. They all, who sails the course fastest wins. There's no, well, for every hour you have to beat me by 3 minutes. There's none of that. It's short, sharp, very close, tight racing. And it's exciting.
What races or events we have in this weekend's regatta?
Events, you're talking on the water
We're talking
or
on
off
the water
water?
first.
On the water.
On the water first.
On the water, well, let's start on the Friday. Friday evening at the IGY Marina will be registration and the skipper's briefing. Skipper's briefing really is just to go over any questions that competitors may have based on the sailing instructions that are put out, to clear up any questions they may have. And of course we need translators because most of the guys are French. Some of them speak English, but you know, there can be room for translation error, so we go through it very slowly. So Friday is that, and there will be, you know, encourage people to stay in the marina and patronize the one of our sponsors or a couple of our sponsors in the marina. And then Saturday morning, racing will begin at 9 o'clock. So the J24 and Surprise course will be set in Rodney Bay. They will sail only within the bay. The other class, which is a racing class, a very small fleet, will start and finish in Rodney Bay, but will venture out of Rodney Bay into Shock Bay. So their course will be slightly longer. And the J's and Surprise will sail 6 races on Saturday, and the racing fleet will sail 3. We have a series of different courses. For the J's, variations on the same thing, depending on the conditions that we have. Some, you know, if the winds go very light, then we may need to shorten a course. But each race for the J and Surprise fleet will probably be no more than 20 to 25 minutes. There's going to be no long procession of boats or anything like that. It's short, sharp, close racing.
Explain the scoring framework for me, please. Because you said it's 2 days actually of racing, and then most points win. So how do you
it's a low score.
Low score.
So you're asking me something that I don't keep in my head. There's a prescribed, you know, section within the racing rules that we will be using the low scoring system. So for example, first place will score 0. Second place will, I forget what it is now, whether it's 3/4 or 1, whatever it is, and then it progresses as you get further from the winning point. That's for the J and Surprise fleets. With the racing fleet, usually the bigger the boat, the faster it will complete the course. And to be able to try and make everything equal, you have a very complicated measuring system which handicaps or gives them a handicap score. So if a boat has a handicap of 1 and they take 60 minutes to complete the course, you multiply by the time. But then a much smaller boat may take an hour and a half, and when you multiply their time by their handicap, if it comes out lower than what the bigger boat is, they win.
We talk about the different classes of boats. Walk us through them, if you don't mind.
Oh my God.
Well, that'll be participating in this week.
Yeah, I mean, if you're talking about this regatta,
yeah.
Like I said, there will be the J24, which is a 24-foot sailboat, keelboat, and the Surprise looks almost the same as the J24. It is about the same length on the waterline.
Is that the French boat?
It is sailed predominantly by the French, and it is also a small keelboat. Both boats carry spinnakers, and they are extremely competitive and quite fast. The racing fleet, there are about 3 different kinds of boats in there, and they're all different lengths, different sizes. And so, like I said, you try and bring everybody to the same level using a handicap system, which is based on length and size of the sail and the number of factors that go into it. I just say, here's my boat, measure it.
Who's here for this weekend? In terms of
French, just the French.
French have come out to support.
French and local boats. The French will have the majority of the fleet.
What kind of numbers are we looking at?
We have in total 17 boats. And the French
Show me how you do.
surprise fleet. There are 14 of them. So the French, if I'm not mistaken, the French are 9 or 10 boats. So
Tell me something. So far, I know the regatta is a small regatta, but when you look at it in terms of the contribution, we're starting the whole, because at the end of the day, most of these things have a touristic value to us. Can you pinpoint what the numbers are like, or what the entire process is?
that is tough to say. I mean, the guys come over here, and I know, for example, one of the boats, the crew is taking an Airbnb right next door to me, not mine, but you know. Yeah, so you know, they will. The J24 and the Surprise are not boats you want to. There's nowhere to sleep on them. So those guys will all be in hotels or in guest houses or Airbnbs for the weekend. So they will also have they will be in the bars, they will be in the restaurants.
And then, of course, they'll patronize the local events. And we were talking about the events for this weekend. So what are the support events, the fringe events like?
Well, I mean, you know, the Friday night, those guys have been here before, so they all know about Grosillet. You know, and I mean, they may not stay as long as they otherwise would because they have to get up early on a Saturday morning to go and race. But fringe events, it's really on the Saturday evening after racing. We'll be back in the marina. There'll be a small prize giving for the results of that day, and then there will be stuff at Cafe Olé, who's one of our sponsors. And then after the racing is all finished on the Sunday by about 1:30 in the afternoon, barbecue and prize giving at the yacht club.
And of course, can the public come on and support?
Absolutely, absolutely. Sailing is a difficult sport. It's a difficult sport to watch. I love it, but I have to be honest that it's not a big spectator sport. I mean, what they've been doing with America's Cup and with the foiling catamarans that they're using in these things, where they're going at 50 knots. I mean, and the fellas are sailing those boats with crash helmets and padding, because the speeds are just phenomenal. That's exciting to watch. You know, unless you have some little bit of knowledge about sailing, it's difficult to watch.
So it's more of a 19th hole kind of thing.
More of a what?
19th hole, where you know the support is after the event.
Yeah, for the spectators and for the competitors. I mean, you know, sometimes after a day on the water, though, you're absolutely spent. But it is, yes.
Has the general population, the general public, come out and supported you over the course of the years? Notwithstanding COVID, I mean.
Yes, I mean, there are people that will come out and just because there's something happening out there, they may not watch sailing, but they're interested to see what the results are, how the local competitors are doing. And usually there'll be somebody at the yacht club who, when they say, well, how is that doing or what's happening there? And there may be somebody who can help explain a little bit about what's going on. In the past, when the thing had more competitors, we had spectator boats out where you could get out and on the water and watch it. This year, the fleet's been a little bit too small for us to put that kind of resource behind it.
But you know, we can look forward.
Yes, I mean, I don't think you'll see this will be the end of the line for the Mango Bowl. I think you'll find that now that it's back on the yachting calendar, It will be in the Caribbean Yachting Association calendar as well. The time will always, you try and keep the time of the regatta the same point in the year so that people can plan. There'll be more.
There'll be more. Stick around, more Anthony Bergasse when we come back.
Welcome to Winner Sports Beat.
For the most comprehensive sports news broadcast, tune in to Winner's Sports Beat, weeknights at 7:30 p.m. Sports Beat features the latest scores, news highlights, and interviews that keeps sports fans informed on what's happening in sports. Winner's Sports Beat captures the pulse of the sports world. Watch Sports Beat for exclusive inside information and breaking news on what's really happening behind the scenes. Sports Beat covers the big games, the big plays, and the big wins. Watch Winner's Sports Beat, weeknights at 7:30 p.m. with daily repeats.
For the best cricket updates, analysis, and an in-depth look at the sport around the world, tune in live to Winners TV every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. for Cricket Nation, the only show dedicated to cricket in St. Lucia. From the nations to the clubs, the leagues, and the players, Cricket Nation is your window to the world of cricket. So be a part of the nation every Tuesday live from 8:30 p.m. on Winners TV.
Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. We offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs that includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Winners TV Wednesday night, and of course we're sitting in the house with Anthony Bergasse, who is the race officer for this weekend's event. Speaking about sailboats, well, or is it yachting, or can we use them interchangeably? The local industry, where are we now, and are we growing where we at the rate you would like?
Yachting, I would imagine you see the statistics that are put out by the Tourism Authority,
and as well as the Ministry of Tourism.
Yeah, it is not where it was pre-COVID. Like most of the statistics for our tourism product, but it is slowly coming back. The bigger yachting destinations have always been Grenada and north of us in Antigua and the British Virgin Islands and so on. But we have, IGY, Rodney Bay and Marigot and so are fabulous facilities. First world stuff. And when people get here, they see what we have to offer. And there's a lot of spin-off from the yachting industry. Boats get here, things break. And they probably break more frequently on boats than anywhere else. And we have people here who have found work and do a lot of work in helping to repair and to fix boats. There's engines and winches and masts and rigging that needs fixing. It doesn't end. There's refrigeration on these boats. You name it. And salt water and that don't mix. But yes, I think when the marina was created, God, in the early 1970s. It was a big step, and I think it has paid tremendous dividends for the country.
Like you mentioned earlier, COVID, of course, was that one nullifier that nobody saw coming, and has put us back a bit. But you've gone about right now to report rebranding and remarketing the event, where you've reached out to corporate, among other things. How has that worked out for you?
I mean, we've got good response from corporate St. Lucia to the Mango Bowl. I mean, Heineken St. Lucia has come on board. IGY Rodney Bay Marina obviously has come on board, and they help with mooring the boats. Dive St. Lucia, St. Lucia Distillers, Cafe Olé in the marina, Carry Cuisine that I think they're in Dennery, and they do the bacon and some other foods. Scribble that does all our graphic work for us. The Tourism Authority, St. Lucia Tourism Authority, Johnson's Hardware, DSL Yachting. I think that is the full list. So, I mean, people have come out and helped in cash and in kind, and it's been encouraging. But it's, to put this event on is not, in the whole scheme of, relatively speaking, it's relatively an inexpensive thing to put on.
And of course, if any event of that nature, we have to always look to the youth to continue it.
Absolutely, and there the yacht club plays its part in a big way. Incidentally, the St. Lucia Yacht Club will celebrate 60 years in next year, and it's probably one of the oldest fully functioning clubs. I'm not saying it is the only one or the oldest one, but it's one of the oldest fully functioning clubs on island. I mean, 60 years is a long time. I mean, I know as a child growing up, there was no question as to what my parents expected me to do on a Sunday after church. It was to the yacht club to race and to sail. And today the yacht club has a youth sail training program, and currently there are 29 youngsters that are enrolled in the sailing program, and they sail. They start out in a little boat called a bug, and as the name would imply, it's a small thing, and the loads are such that they can manage it. And as they progress and they get more capable, they move up, and some of them will actually be on a J24. A couple of them, the bigger ones, the stronger ones, will be on a J24 sailing this weekend.
What is the size of the crew
on a J24? The class rules limit it. I think 5, and it's also limited. I think it's 5, and it's limited also by weight.
Slim fellas. You talk about the youth and going through the process from the bug and working their way up. Right now 29. Any plans to further expand that?
Sure. There's dialogue with the Yachting Association to use their connections into, for want of a better description, international yachting, global yachting. There's funds that are available. There's training that's available to be able to grow this program beyond the yacht club. Obviously, the investment in boats is not cheap, but the smaller the boat, it's not cheap. It's not like you're going swimming and you buy a swimsuit and off you go. So but the yacht club has, I think, and I hope Mr. Lang doesn't crucify me on this one. I think they have probably a fleet of about 30 different boats for different grades, starting with the Bug, through the Optimist, through the Laser, and then the club owns a J24.
For the parents out there who are watching and who have interests, is there anything apart from just the pleasure and the leisure of being in the boating that can benefit these young people?
Discipline. There are rules in sailing. Obviously, you're not going to come and learn to sail if you can't swim. So that's one of the first things. Learn to swim. And then, helping one another. If you're in a boat and you're on your own, then it's very much an individual thing. But once you get into a dinghy where there are two people, you start to have to work together and learn to give and take and not get, if you don't get your own way, you don't sort of jump overboard. You have to.
No pun intended.
No.
And of course, these things are intrinsic, and these values add strength to our core. But what about career pathways as well?
Sure. I mean, you look at what happened in 2019. We had a group of young St. Lucians who came across on the Ark. And those are kids that started sailing here. They go on, and they've gone on, some of them have gone on to be professional crew on boats. Some of them are using their skills to train younger people. So it's all good, I mean, like most other sports. If the older people, when they go out and they're successful and they come back and help, high tide floats all boats.
We're in a world now where gender equality is the norm. Strong female participation?
Sure. Yeah, there is. There are a lot of young girls in the sailing program, and yes, you need some upper body strength, but there's also technique to it too. And to drive the boat doesn't necessarily need a lot of strength. I mean, it's here, and sometimes the women are better at that than us.
So, quick question, there are no age categories, it's just once you get in the boat, you get in the boat.
You're talking age in terms of junior sailing and senior sailing? There are junior championships, yes, and once you get, my knowledge on this is probably a bit dated. I mean, I did junior sailing here and competed in Barbados, and then as you get a little bit older and a little bit stronger and sailing a different on a bigger boat, then you progress into and you compete against adults. I mean, from the time you're about 16, 17,
you're good to go.
You're good to go.
Let me ask another question. The regatta happens in the open water, but are there any logistics that need to be put in place?
There's when you say logistics, I mean in terms of safety.
Well, not just for on the boat, but the area itself.
We try and work with the Marine Police to make sure that we have a clear, that the boats that are in Rodney Bay and moored in Rodney Bay are kept clear of a particular course. So from that standpoint, yes. I mean, the Marine Police will be there, and we'll call on them if somebody really gets into a problem. We have a couple of crash boats, boats that are there to move marks around if we have a shift in the wind or something like that.
By marks, you mean buoys?
The buoys, yeah, the buoys that mark the course that they will sail.
So when they're coming, is there any preparatory sailing to understand the course?
They're given a package which lays out the sailing instructions, and part of that package will give them a map of the area, and it will indicate where the buoys will be. Obviously not necessarily drawn to scale, but it will be a map of a tracing of Rodney Bay itself, and where the marks will be placed, and what the name of each of these buoys is. And there really are, the course for the Jays and the Surprise is close inshore racing, and you can see pretty well see the entire course.
When we come back, more with Anthony Bergasse, and then we take a look at the ARC.
St. Lucia, it's that time again. Time for the St. Lucia Red Cross 7K Fun Run Walk against NCDs. Register today and get your friends, family, and co-workers to join you. The Red Cross 7K Fun Run Walk takes place on Sunday, November 26, 2023. Registration forms are available at the St. Lucia Red Cross headquarters, Red Cross groups at all secondary schools, as well as the Baywalk Mall and the William Peter Boulevard. Every Saturday until the walk. Walk your way to a healthier lifestyle. Register today and let's get moving.
Welcome to Winner Sports Beat.
For the most comprehensive sports news broadcast, tune in to Winner's Sports Beat, weeknights at 7:30 p.m. Sports Beat features the latest scores, news highlights, and interviews that keeps sports fans informed on what's happening in sports. Winner's Sports Beat captures the pulse of the sports world. Watch Sports Beat for exclusive inside information and breaking news on what's really happening behind the scenes. Sports Beat covers the big games, the big plays, and the big wins. Watch Winner's Sports Beat weeknights at 7:30 p.m. with daily repeats.
Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. We offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs. That includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram, or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you.
For the best cricket updates, analysis, and an in-depth look at the sport around the world, tune in live to Winners TV every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. for Cricket Nation, the only show dedicated to cricket in St. Lucia. From the nations to the clubs, the leagues, and the players, Cricket Nation is your window to the world of cricket. So be a part of the nation every Tuesday live from 8:30 p.m. on Winners TV.
Winners TV Wednesday night, Anthony Bergasse. And of course, we move right on to ARC 2023.
23.
Anthony, for those who don't know, who they've only heard about the ARC, what is the ARC?
The ARC is, people call it a regatta, people call it a race. It was really created, 40 years ago now, by a guy called Jimmy Cornell. And it was really people who wanted to cross the Atlantic and get to the Caribbean, but were afraid to cross the Atlantic on their own. So it sort of grew out of that. And Jimmy, I think, saw an opportunity and put together something called World Cruising, or World Cruising came subsequent to that. But the first ARC that came out from Las Palmas went to Barbados for the first couple of years. And I think year 30 was for us, year 30, the first ARC for us was 1989. But it is a sail across the Atlantic, knowing that you are within reasonably close proximity of another boat. And if you want to, I think before we started, I showed you the little app. If you wanted to follow the progress of the ARC, it's called just go to the Play Store and download an app called YB Races. And then when you got it on your phone, you select ARC 2023, and it brings up a chart and a live position of all the boats, and you can see who's in the front and where people are. But there's an awful lot of planning that goes into these ARC crossings, and people come from all over. I mean, this year we've got Canadian boats, US boats, and obviously most of the boats are predominantly out of Europe. English, British, German, Scandinavian boats, and they all find themselves into Las Palmas, into Gran Canaria in the Canaries, in time to go through safety checks, a lot of safety checks, and a lot of courses and meetings that they have and trainings that they have on what to expect, because there are a lot of first-time people. And then the World Cruising people do a very good job of inspecting boats and making sure that they're safe for the crossing. They have all the safety equipment. And then they set them off on this 2,700-mile journey. Again, as we talked earlier, they break them into classes. There's monohulls, there's catamarans, there's some trimarans, and then they're all different sizes, from small boats, 30 feet, up to 80, 90 feet long, sometimes bigger. And they break them into various classes. There's now racing classes, racing 1, 2, and 3, or whatever it is, and they one is obviously the bigger boats, and they come down, and they do the same thing with the cruising boats. So the racing ones are the fellas we're in a hurry to get there, and we want to compete getting across there. And then there's the cruising class, the fellow who's there with his wife and his grandmother and children, and the whole lot are on board. But it's all good, when the Ark first came here, we were talking about 225 boats. This year there's 157 boats, but I think what people have to realize, so it's shrinking, not so fast, because as people are now buying more multi-hull, more catamarans, and there's restrictions on marina space in the Canaries and here. So for every catamaran, it's like 2 monohulls, and there's more people on board a catamaran. So the number of people that are actually coming to St. Lucia in this Ark this year is probably the same, if not more, because there's a large number of catamarans, and some of the boats themselves are much bigger. The number of boats that are 60, 70, and 80 feet, there's more of them, and it takes more hands and more people to man those boats and to sail them safely. So the Ark is a very good thing for St. Lucia, and we need to protect it and do what we need to do to make sure that we don't lose it. I was checking on what Ark brought to St. Lucia over a very small window. You're talking about $5 million that is injected into this economy over a period of about 2 to 3 weeks in December. So from the time the boats left on Sunday, just gone, then what is Sunday, the 19th? And in about 10 days to 2 weeks, we'll see the first boats arriving, and the prize giving is going to be on the 16th of December. So between about the 8th or so of December to the 16th of December, that's the kind of injection into this economy. That doesn't also talk to the fellas that stay on that and take their boats out of the water for maintenance. It doesn't address the friends and family that fly in. So they have to find hotels and restaurants, and they go to the grocery, and they rent cars, and it's a big thing.
And we haven't even touched the multipliers yet.
There you are.
When you look at the significance of the Ark, particularly to sports, well, tourism on a whole, you can't even just, to label it as sports tourism would be an injustice, but it is tourism on the whole. What can we do to grow the product, or can the product be grown?
Well, already St. Lucia and the relationship that St. Lucia has with World Cruising, we also have, in addition to Ark, and let me address, we used to of course have an Ark Plus, which came in shortly before the Ark. The Ark Plus has now gone to Grenada, and that's because we just don't have the marina space to accommodate two big fleets. I mean, there's 157 boats coming in ARC this year, and there's 110 in the ARC Plus. We can't accommodate that. Nor can they accommodate it in Gran Canaria. But because of the relationship that we have with World Cruising, we get to market to both fleets. So we're marketing to this year 267 boats. A lot of people.
It's a lot of people.
A lot of people. And Grenada is not far, and they will come here. Some will go down that come here will go to Grenada. So there's going to be movement. People sail their boats out here to take advantage of the weather. I mean, it's the nicest time in the Caribbean to be sailing. It's miserable in Europe at this time of year. But you asked how it can grow. Again, with the relationship that we have with World Cruising, there's World Arc. World Arc is an event that starts and finishes in St. Lucia 15 months later. So in January, you will see boats starting to arrive from wherever they've been who have decided to join World Arc. And World Arc is very much the same format as Arc. It's going around the world in company. And so they go from here to Panama to the Galapagos, and then they work their way across the Pacific. And some people will start the Arc 1 year, and they will say, you know what, we're going to stay and cruise in the South Pacific for the next year, and we'll pick up the following year Arc. So we will be back in St. Lucia 2 years later. But for the most part, anybody that does the one will 15 months later, those same people will be back here. So we will have a fleet of ARC boats which will start the World Arc in January, and in March of 2025 they will be back.
They'll be back.
And then in March of 2024 we will have the people who started World Arc last year and previous year and before COVID even, who will be coming back here.
Excellent.
So when you talk about, relationship that we have with World Arc, with World Cruising, it's good.
It gives us a constant supply of...
And there's a lot of, nothing like word of mouth too. I mean, people will say, I went to St. Lucia and I had this and I had a good time, and it's a marvelous place to go and sail, and the facilities are good, and
Sweet St. Lucia.
We just got to keep it so.
Thank you so much. Any last words?
Come out on the weekend, come to the Yacht Club, come to the marina on Saturday evening. Come and enjoy the marina. It's a nice place to go and hang out, of course. But some of the competitors will be there. I'm sure the boats will all be within close proximity of the various bars and restaurants in the marina. That you will definitely hear the Frenchmen speaking. Feel free to talk to them. I'm sure they'd be happy to talk about it. The Yacht Club, come out to the Yacht Club, come and see what's going on. I know our Commodore, Mr. Lang, will certainly be there,
We'll get him out.
sitting there watching the proceedings, making sure that I'm doing what he's asked me to do properly. It's and then Sunday with the prize giving, there's barbecue, and come and take a look, and don't forget ARC.
We won't.
Don't forget ARC. It's a very important thing.
He's Anthony Bergasse, Red Winners TV, Opinionated on Wednesday night. We'll be back up these messages.
Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. we offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs that includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram, or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to Winner Sports Beat.
For the most comprehensive sports news broadcast, tune in to Winner Sports Beat, weeknights at 7:30 p.m. Sports Beat features the latest scores, news highlights, and interviews that keeps sports fans informed on what's happening in sports. Winner Sports Beat captures the pulse of the sports world. Watch Sports Beat for exclusive inside information and breaking news on what's really happening behind the scenes. Sports Beat covers the big games, the big plays, and the big wins. Watch Winner Sports Beat weeknights at 7:30 p.m. with daily repeats.
For the best cricket updates, analysis, and an in-depth look at the sport around the world, tune in live to Winners TV every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. for Cricket Nation, the only show dedicated to cricket in St. Lucia. From the nations to the clubs, the leagues, and the players, Cricket Nation is your window to the world of cricket. So be a part of the nation every Tuesday live from 8:30 p.m. on Winners TV.
Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. We offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs that includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram, or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you. Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. We offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs that includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram, or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to Winner Sports Beat.
For the most comprehensive sports news broadcast, tune in to Winner Sports Beat, weeknights at 7:30 p.m. Sports Beat features the latest scores, news highlights, and interviews that keeps sports fans informed on what's happening in sports. Winner Sports Beat captures the pulse of the sports world. Watch Sports Beat for exclusive inside information and breaking news on what's really happening behind the scenes. Sports Beat covers the big games, the big plays, and the big wins. Watch Winner Sports Beat weeknights at 7:30 p.m. with daily repeats.
For the best cricket updates, analysis, and an in-depth look at the sport around the world, tune in live to Winners TV every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. for Cricket Nation, the only show dedicated to cricket in St. Lucia. From the nations to the clubs, the leagues, and the players, Cricket Nation is your window to the world of cricket. So be a part of the nation every Tuesday live from 8:30 p.m. on Winners TV.
Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. We offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs that includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you. Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. We offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs that includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to Winner Sports Beat.
For the most comprehensive sports news broadcast, tune in to Winner's Sports Beat, weeknights at 7:30 p.m. Sports Beat features the latest scores, news highlights, and interviews that keeps sports fans informed on what's happening in sports. Winner's Sports Beat captures the pulse of the sports world. Watch Sports Beat for exclusive inside information and breaking news on what's really happening behind the scenes. Sports Beat covers the big games, the big plays, and the big wins. Watch Winner's Sports Beat weeknights at 7:30 p.m. with daily repeats.
For the best cricket updates, analysis, and an in-depth look at the sport around the world, tune in live to Winners TV every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. for Cricket Nation, the only show dedicated to cricket in St. Lucia. From the nations to the clubs, the leagues, and the players, Cricket Nation is your window to the world of cricket. So be a part of the nation every Tuesday live from 8:30 p.m. on Winners TV.
Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. We offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs that includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you. Having trouble with temperature in your home or establishment? Feeling uncomfortable and need some relief? Optimum Cooling would love to help. You deserve a contractor that is experienced, skilled, and affordable. Call Optimum Cooling today. We offer a wide range of all your HVAC needs that includes maintenance, repairs, supply, installation, consultation, as well as any other refrigeration services, both domestic and commercial. At Optimum Cooling, we would love to meet with you to determine how we can help. Follow Optimum Cooling on Facebook or Instagram or visit our website today. We look forward to hearing from you.
Welcome to Winner Sports Beat.
For the most comprehensive sports news broadcast, tune in to Winner's Sports Beat, weeknights at 7:30 p.m. Sports Beat features the latest scores, news highlights, and interviews that keeps sports fans informed on what's happening in sports. Winner's Sports Beat captures the pulse of the sports world. Watch Sports Beat for exclusive inside information and breaking news on what's really happening behind the scenes. Sports Beat covers the big games, the big plays, and the big wins. Watch Winner's Sports Beat weeknights at 7:30 p.m. with daily repeats.
For the best cricket updates, analysis, and an in-depth look at the sport around the world, tune in live to Winners TV every Tuesday from 8:30 p.m. for Cricket Nation, the only show dedicated to cricket in St. Lucia. From the nations to the clubs, the leagues, and the players, Cricket Nation is your window to the world of cricket. So be a part of the nation every Tuesday live from 8:30 p.m. on Winners TV.
Welcome back, it's Winners TV. Opinionated every Wednesday night. Tonight our very special guest from the VSCDC's newly elected executive. To my right, Sean Curtin, and of course to his right, Kennedy Duncan. Gentlemen, good night.
Good night.
Good night.
And of course, you know, they're here to bring us up to date with what's happening in VSCDC.
Yeah, well, I want to say good night to the public. Good night to everyone, and good night to Herman and Winners TV for giving us the opportunity to come here and speak a little about our club, VSADC. As recently as the 14th of October, we had a newly elected executive to continue the work of the previous executive. So I just want to thank the past executive because I think they did very well. I mean, in trying times, they tried their best because things wasn't always smooth for us. We had a lot of hurdles. I mean, when it comes to football, boy, we were always in the spotlight, not for no fault of ours. But, you know, we survived. You know, we survived, and election day came, and we had a new executive. So I would just like to thank the outgoing executive, members like Greg Maffrey, Craig Anderson, Amanfa, Mr. Green, yeah, and Dennis Vitalis as the secretary. And incoming, we have Mr. Uriah Jabatis as the president, Kennedy Duncan, vice president, Mr. Gobrong, Peter Prosper as the secretary, Giovanni Saltibus, Assistant Secretary, Marcellus Lenny as the Treasurer, and we have Sean Cotton, myself as the PRO. We also have McCallan John as a floor rep and Tad Modest as a floor rep. So basically, as a new executive that's responsible for the carrying out of the activities of the club for the next 2 years.
And of course, you know, the main event for the evening.
Well, the main event for the evening, we had an ongoing raffle, you know, in terms of raising funds, trying to raise funds for the club, because for the past couple of years, for a matter of fact, going back about 3 years since COVID, I mean, fundraising was really a difficult thing because, you know, with the socializing and the lack of socializing and, you know, the COVID, it really took a toll on everybody, even the sponsors and everybody. So now, since we came on board, we decided, you know, let's try to have a fundraiser first thing, so at least to try and strengthen the financial situation of the club. Because for the last couple of years, I mean, we have been playing national football and every other game, every single game, we have to be paying bus fare, you know, up to $300-400 for every game because all the games have been played in our district. We're not getting compensated for that. You know, up to like today, I mean, we are still owed money and money is dues are still unpaid, but for us, by the authorities, I'm not calling them, but at the end of the day, people know themselves, and you know, so we just feel like, you know, we go on a fundraising drive to raise some funds to strengthen the coffers of the club. Yeah.
And what do we have as the main gift, the main prize?
Well, we have a nice 50-inch Vizio Smart TV. I mean, the raffle was only $10 a chance. I mean, it's a good bargain. You know, you could win a 50-inch flat screen TV for $10. I think the raffle went very well. So we're just hoping that today, after making the draw, we'll have a lucky winner of a 50-inch flat screen Vizio television. You know, imagine you getting that for your Christmas gift there by only spending $10. You can't get it, but you can't get better than that.
Well, boy, John, I hope you take a chance there. So, but of course, you know, before we move on, we have something a bit of an unveiling to show off.
Oh, while we're there, I would just like to also say thank you to Mr. Oswald Augustine for his company, Joseph Shipping, that sponsored us this brand new kit. You know, we basically had it earlier in the year, but we decided to use it for the next season. As you can see, the normal VSAEC colors, pants, shorts. You know, so I just want to say thank you to Mr. Augustine for his company, Joseph Shipping.
So
we really appreciate the gesture, sir.
Where can the supporters get their replica jerseys?
Well, that's something that's in the making for now. So they will have to contact either Kennedy or myself, and we'll organize that.
There you go.
Yeah.
So now we move on to the main thing. Can you reach the raffle ball?
I'll ask you to be honest.
I get to do the honors.
Shake that box again. Really shake that box. Shake it.
There we go. We have one. Lucky winner is Mr. Joel Vidal from Plateau. Number 281. So Joel Vidal from Plateau. The number is 584-9846.
Yes. Okay, so Joel Vidal of Plateau is the winner of our 50-inch Vizio flat screen television. So Mr. Joel Vidal, if you're listening, you could contact myself or Mr. Duncan at 724-8961 or 717-0531. All right, Joel Vidal of Plateau. You are the winner of a 50-inch Vizio Smart TV.
We're going to show Mr. Vidal what he won.
Yes.
There we go.
Okay, Mr. Vidal. This is your flat screen TV, Mr. Vidal. So just contact us, as I said, and it's all yours.
There you go. And of course, you know, Sean, congratulations to you and the new executive. Of course, Kennedy, you as well. And we see we're from the hard work and VSCDC delivers.
It's a start. You know, we want to really start on a good foot. So, you know, it was my idea at the end. So I wasn't elected yet, but I just came up with the idea. Speaking to
after that, they have to elect you.
Yeah, so we started making sure 2024 brings a lot of good ideas.
What's the next raffle? You know, so I can.
Well, we're trying to do it annually. Yeah, so everybody can see it's live. It's not no gimmick. Going forward, we might have maybe 2 free. Try different stuff, things for the kids. You know, so we have our academy too. So a lot of good things to come in 2024 for VS on the whole.
You start the year on the right foot, of course. You know, you're giving away your president. Of course, you had your team launching of the jerseys. Gentlemen, any final words?
Yeah, as I said, I want to say thank you to everybody, all the members of the club, the past executive again, the new executive. Hoping that we could work together in the best interest of the club. As the year continue and going to the new year 2024, we're going to embark on a fundraising drive, you know, because I think that's what really missing, and we need to bring the club back in the eyes of the public, you know, with some community service and you know, to bring back the community in the club and strengthen. We also want to strengthen the membership, you know. So at the end of the day, we're just asking everybody to just come and play their role in the club. And the next thing too, the subscription fees. We'll really be stressing on our members, you know, to pay the subscription fees, because without the subscription fees, I mean, we cannot embark on a lot of activities we want to do. And in those times when our sponsors are very tough to come by. So charity begins at home, you know, pay your subscription fees to support the team and the club in our activities.
You go to head first, you know, where this is Winners TV, where we give away TVs actually. And of course, I want to thank my guests for coming out tonight. The executive Sean Curtin, Kennedy Duncan, Winners TV every Wednesday night, Opinionated. Can't leave right here. I have a shout out to the guys in the back room, of course. The Lone Ranger, Johnny, for making it happen. Yeah. And of course, Bargain Rhythms, Winners TV. We're out.